Hi, Aries, this is your reading for the week of December 8th, or when you hear it and it resonates. It could be Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or a lot of Aries in your chart, and it might not be for any of you who are listening. And I'm hesitating as I do this because the image that they've given me as I started to read, I don't know what I'm doing with it. Sometimes I don't know until I start to tell the story. So the image that I'm seeing is a bunch of folded papers, and as you open them up, there's a powder in them. The powder is beautiful, bright red, and as I'm tuning in on it, I see that it's a spice. And then what I see in front of you is, I'm seeing what I would take to be a storage compartment that you might see in Asia, or even just in the old times somewhere in Europe, where each drawer is a place where you would store a specific spice. So what's the relevance about that? Okay, relevance. Spice is often more worth its weight in gold, and it's worth more than the actual food that it's being cooked with typically. Certainly in the old days when it was just newly discovered and being brought along the Silk Road from the Far East into Europe. But what I'm being shown also is that the spice that they're really focusing on is this really deep red. And I don't know what spice it is, but what I'm being told about that is it's the color that's relevant. Because what they're saying is what you have in terms of energy. The spice is representing a quality of energy. So what you have in terms of energy and the energy that you're putting into something is actually more important than the dish itself that you're creating. So again, it's the analogy of, if the spice is more meaningful or more valued than the dish itself, and this is now representing energy, then the energy that you're doing, that you're using, is more valuable to you than the outcome of the actual thing that you're applying it to. Thank you. But you're also being told there are a lot of other spices here that you can be using, and that while red is something we typically associate with something that has quite a strong force to it, you're also being told, Aries, that if you're in the process of cooking up something new, that you're being asked to really focus on kindness, that there is, that's an attitude of sympathy, of empathy, of benevolence that you can carry with you in your energy, so that however you are flavoring your upcoming dish with your spices, you can do it in a way where it's not going to burn someone's mouth or where it's not going to ruin the dish. Because as anybody who's ever experimented with spices before and not used a cookbook but just winged it, you know that sometimes a little bit too much of one thing can be horrible, whereas if it's just the right amount, it does not taste like Mr. Clean. But if it's just that little too much, that meatloaf can come out tasting like Mr. Clean. And that was from my university days. Now, here we go back. Ooh. What you're being told here is to pay attention to what it is you're feeling. Because, Aries, we do know that you can sometimes jump into things quickly. That wonderful fire that you have, that fiery energy that you have, it can lead you into making quite very spontaneous decisions to do things. And not just little things, not like spontaneously thinking, oh, I think I'll go out for a coffee, but like, oh, I think I'll move to Brazil. Kind of like that. So what you're being told here, my loves, is notice and name what you're feeling as you're going through your decisions about what spices you're going to use, what energy you're going to apply to the situation, and what you would actually like the finished meal to be like, the finished product to be like. How do you want to present that? Is it just for you? Is it something you're serving to somebody else? But really consider that what you're doing, the way you're actually presenting this, is so much more about the attitude with which you do it, the energy with which you do it, the intention with which you do it. So be aware of the intention, be aware of what you want the outcome to be. And as you're working through this, stay in touch with your breath, stay in touch and contacted with your feelings by using your breath. When you're not sure about what you want to do, when you have questions about whether or not it is kind, whether or not it is right, allow yourself to move into gratitude. Gratitude is a great energy to dispel any kind of constricted thinking. So if you find yourself getting into, kind of thinking loops or overanalysis, which is really just another face of worry, then moving into the gratitude energy about anything starts shifting your energy. And it also moves you into observer mode, which, as I've said and will continue to say, is a really powerful position to be in from the state of your consciousness. And so stay in touch with gratitude whenever you get going. And now you've just got the Good Morning Mirror card, which is, this is you deciding how you want your day to be. This is you deciding how you want this project to turn out. This is important. This is how you want to feel while you are doing this, while you are preparing this meal, while you are envisaging the meal, the future, okay? Now, you've got the Pride card here, which is also, I think, really important, because when we are too prideful, we can lack kindness. It can really kind of blind us to being open to seeing our flaws and our good stuff, because sometimes the things that are really good about us, the things that are really aspects that are going to move us forward and enrich our lives, are actually really quite simple and kind of don't show up on the pride scale. But when we move quietly and softly into that sense of gratitude and kindness, we can see a whole range of things about ourselves and other people that are really important and really valuable in terms of the quality and the essence that it brings to whatever project or situation you're dealing with. So you're being asked to just pay attention if you find yourself getting prideful and having your back go up, because that can really be something any of us can do. And it's a fear response, really. So to move yourself out of fear, be proud, but don't be prideful. There's the difference, okay? So be proud about what you're doing, and don't let it blind you to what's going on and to what your real feelings are about any given situation, whether it's about yourself, about the other person or people involved, or about how it's going to turn out. You've got the Good Morning Mirror, which is really saying pay attention. Every day, pay attention. And start your day with the clear statement of what it is you want, how you want to feel. Take God with you as you do that. And the energy that you're being asked to really focus on is gratitude and kindness. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that, Aries. I hope that's helpful. Take care.